Welcome into the John M. Huntsman Center on the campus of the University of Utah. Is a 2025 6A state tournament still going on. And a matchup in our semifinals, it is the Corner Canyon Chargers taking on the Herriman Mustangs. Dusty Lidster, Dane Stewart, and Coach Stephen Ashworth. A terrific ad to have him on our broadcast. Been a terrific. It has been interesting for you, Coach, to watch these two schools. What is your thought of what we're going to see from this one?
No, I think we're going to see a very physical game with both these teams. They make you earn everything you get, Dusty. Nothing comes easy playing against these two teams.
Meaning that you just got to earn every little part of it.
They're so physical defensively, and you don't get easy looks against either one of these teams.
I mean, that's interesting. And Dane, been very interested to watch how both these teams go. What is your thought?
Well, I'm actually really excited to see, I don't know if I would say two contrasting styles, but it feels like they can play at different paces. Corner likes to kind of be fast and quick, and they're led by maybe the quickest backcourt with Noah Bendinger and Brighton Valdez. They got other contributors in the lineup for the Chargers, but those two, I think, determine a lot. Meanwhile, for Herriman, you have maybe the best overall roster in terms of Cale Barclay, Stockton Blanchard, Carlos Mulford. When the list goes on and on, Stotia off the bench. This is a really deep Herriman team. I actually don't really know what to expect out of this one. I'm excited for it.
I mean, it's really interesting when you look at the two starting lineups. It's very, very interesting when you see all the names that kind of just get rolling and starts coming on. It makes it very, very interesting, and it does make it which one's going to win very interesting to try to get it out of your mouth.
Yeah, I think this could be a toss-up. In the two games that they played so far, they split, and both by double digits in both those games.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very, very, very interesting. And sorry.
Well, I was going to say, I think maybe the one difference, Herriman was preseason number one. I think there's been expectations with this team all year. They played a ton of close games. They've won close games late. Coach, do you feel like they're maybe feeling extra pressure? Because everything's been building to this season for them.
Yeah, I would guess there is pressure on Herriman. And the thing about Dan and his Corner Canyon team is Dan goes out and finds the very hardest teams that he can play in the preseason, so their record's not always gaudy coming into the region play. But by the time they come to the state tournament, they're ready to go. So I would guess that, yeah, I feel like they're ready to roll.
Well, that's also a hard thing because, you don't know what you're getting, right? Because, okay, you go and you play 10 out-of-state teams. It's like you had two non-region games in state, and then you played in Region 3. And you're the only Region 3 team here. Sorry, they're in Region
2 this year. 3 next year.
Correct.
Yeah.
And the Herriman's out of that region was it's like I don't know what to make of them because we haven't seen a lot of them, right? So it makes it a little tricky.
Here's what to make of them: a fist fight. Dan's guys are always ready to go. They are going to be physical and they're going to get after you.
Well, go ahead, Dave.
I feel like it'll be interesting to see. I think Corner's got to have support today, right? Herriman's got a really good backcourt. I think it'll be interesting to see how they try to slow down Benninger and Valdez. Someone else got to step up, whether that's Tolman, Diesel Dart. He makes some big-time shots for them. Mo Brown, maybe inside.
Yeah. I think a big deal, too, for Herriman is stay in front of Valdez, because when that kid gets to the rim and creates for himself and others, Corner's really hard to beat. That kid's quick, and he's hard to stay in front of. So I think that's a big key as well for this game.
So interesting start here for Corner Canyon and Herriman. This is what we do to streaming every game, and I think we stay out of people's way. I think it gets everyone excited. Now this is they have well, I'm not going to go there. Either way, been good. Could be awesome. But this is very, very interesting. But it's the first one for us to have the dual broadcast, all that kind of stuff. But a bunch of interesting things get going here in the semifinals and everything else. But it's going to be very, very interesting to get through. The Corner Canyon and Herriman going to be a lot of fun, and it is a future rivalry between Corner Canyon and Herriman, mainly because the two outskirts of both the way these schools are built are very, very similar. Yeah,
I don't know the Herriman boundaries as well, but I know Corner's boundaries. They've got a lot of young kids. Their youth program is very, very good, and I know Coach Meacham's building his as well at Herriman. So I agree, Dusty. That's true.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. And Dane, when we look at both these schools, they are very similar in how they're all built.
Yeah, they are. And I think one of the things, Coach Meekum has not been there very long. He's done a great job. This Herriman basketball program, they've had really good teams in the past, but it feels like they've never been able to really live up to what some of the expectation was. And this is really kind of that. Last year he made a good run in the tournament, but again, a lot was expected of this group, and they've answered that call. And I think it's probably the more battle-tested group. And I know Corner's played a lot out of state, but for me, I feel like just so many close wins. At some point, that's got to pay dividends in a tournament game if you're Herriman. At least I would think it would.
Yeah, I agree. And I think Herriman's got, they got a lot of things going for them, but Coach Beecham has done a great job. And they've got matchup nightmares with a couple of their kids. That number 24, Barclay, is really, really hard to guard both inside and outside. And they've got their own guy that gets to the rim really, really well with Mulford. So, yeah, and they have played a lot of close games. I think they play with a lot of confidence.
In the quarter game, it felt like Barkley started a lot on the outside and would drive.
He did.
Did you notice that when you matched up with him? Do you expect that here tonight?
Yeah, when we played them earlier in the year, they took him to the block to start, and then he moved to the outside. Okay. So it'll be interesting to see what he does tonight.
All right, let's go. All set and ready to go, and jump ball is controlled by Herriman. So interesting to see what team we'd have out here for the Herriman Mustangs. Is Barclay going to hold the ball up top on a drive. Young man sends it out for three, and it's there. Not a bad shot there for Zach Tanner, and it's 3-0 Herriman.
I don't know that I had that on my bingo card. Coach, did you? Tanner for three?
Actually, I do. That kid doesn't shoot much, but we played him throughout the spring and the summer, and he's a very, very good shooter.
Tyler Mortensen knocks down a tying three. So there we go.
So's he.
Stilson gets that ball inside. He tries to snap it into Tanner. That ball goes off his hands. Here comes Corner on the run, and there's a hit. As you can see that Blanchard going to give that one away.
So we talked about this last game. Dusty, we had frustration on some of these three-point. Coach, does this stuff kind of, look, there's contact there, but it's.
Well, yeah, there was a little contact, and he even kicked his legs out to cause some of that contact. So, yeah, I wish the referees, I wish they wouldn't reward that.
But hold on, though. It's not in the rule book. They kind of have to call that. That's a current state of the game problem, isn't it?
That's true. That is true. But if he kicks his legs out, then that's not technically a foul. And so it looked like to me he kicked out a little bit on that.
But what if that's his habitual shooting motion?
Well, it is, because the kid's super smart.
Well, but that's the thing. You're seeing that more and more as a part of the habit of the shot.
Yeah,
it's like, so then what am I supposed to do?
That's true. That's a good point. You're right. It would be nice for them to clean that up and fix that.
Mm-hmm. And all three free throws are good.
Look at Dusty just maturing. Mm-hmm. Just maturing.
100%.
I feel like I missed something last game that was really interesting.
No, last year Dusty would be all on top of that. Right now he's just like, yep.
I have to stay calm so I can just get through all the games. As that ball's tipped out and saved in. Nicely done there by Noah Bendinger. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, it drives me nuts. So they hand it off. It's driving me absolutely insane. So Bendinger hands it over. So 6-3, the score to get started. Valdez did a nice job of getting the switch. Man alive, he got that to go. Stilson out to Tanner, and that three is there.
Man.
How about that? 2 threes here from Zach Tanner.
I'm going to start calling him Z23.
He can really shoot it. He just doesn't shoot much, but when he gets looks, he's really good.
Sends it over, the three on the way, and money. How about that one to Noah Bendinger? And now Bendinger knocks it out of bounds. How about the start from Bendinger, Coach?
You know, I think he's one of the hardest kids in the state to guard because he pulls up from really, really deep. He can go by you. He's hard to guard, and you better find him quickly as soon as he crosses half court because he is a knockdown shooter. He is a very, very consistent shooter.
There's Barclay gets that ball into Tanner, and how about that? 8 points for Tanner in the first quarter.
I don't know what he averages, but that might be close to what, or maybe even a little above what he typically averages.
Like he's like right there, it feels like. And Valdez hands off. Now on the drive, hands it back. Not much there, so he sends it out to Mitchell. Drop it inside now to the big man. Earns his way, jump hook, and got it. Nicely done there from Mo Brown. That's a great start here from Mo Brown. And there's a steal. Bendinger sends it ahead to Valdez. He hands it back, pump the three, now pull the three. Left it short. Gets it back on the offensive rebound, but on the run. Off the steal, here comes Mulford, and that ball slapped away. Big man. Oh, nice job on the cut. When you don't have the basketball, you got to move, coach.
Yeah, when you've got guys moving off the ball, it's really hard to guard, especially when Bendinger and Valdez, there's so much attention on those two guys that you got to pay attention to everybody else or they'll back cut you.
So here's, go to Barclay, and Barclay does save it. No, he said he was out of bounds. Oh, man. How about this? 4:03 left in the first quarter. Timeout on the floor. 15-8 in favor of Corner Canyon. You're watching the 2025 6A state tournament. Halfway through the first quarter, 15-8. Corner Canyon on top of Herriman. As there's a three and got it. Holy cow, coach. What a big three.
Yeah, you can't leave him. You just can't give him an inch because he will shoot it with the guy up tight on him. I don't know. I think you almost have to face guard him. He's just that good.
Stone Tia sends it out and goes for the steal. Now it's Mulford, and nobody's going to be there. Frustrating situation there for number 30.
I mean, right now, Herriman does look out of sorts, and be it the hot start from corner or maybe the defensive intensity from corner, but Herriman right now it does not look very clean.
You know, I think that defensive intensity makes such a difference. We saw it in the last game, too, with Davis. That defense is really good, and corners the same way. You have to earn it all.
Not sure what knocked him over, but here comes the pass. That's out of bounds off of Herriman. So 13 seconds on the shot clock, 3:07 to go in the first quarter. It comes off the screen, now going to pull and hit. Oh, man, Valdez can be absolutely crucial, coach, if you're looking for how you're going to stop him.
Yeah, he's hard because if he's going to hit that shot tonight, it could be a long night. He gets to the rim really well, and if he's hitting those off the dribble jump shots, he's really hard to guard.
There's not even a contest there, though. I mean, it's like you're standing there like, I mean, he gets a clean look.
Yeah.
You're going to give that up. It's going to be a bad night for Herriman.
Yeah, well, I think they're just so concerned about him going to the rim that, yeah, they just give him a little space. But I agree with you.
So 30 gets fouled on the drive, as that is going to be J.J. Tomsick.
How do you settle this game if you're Herriman right now?
I think it has to come from the defensive end. I mean, I know corner started really well, but I think you just got to make him shoot shots off the dribble, off the move, not let him get to the rim, and do not let Benninger step into shots. Make somebody besides those two kids do something, and it's got to start on the defensive end. But what do I know? We got smoked the other night with our defense, so easy to say, harder to do.
Three does not go, and now a foul. That's really funny, coach.
That's a line.
Well, it's true. It's like I'm giving all this advice, and we got smoked. So yeah, it wasn't good.
But it does make you feel better when you finally just get to say it, right?
Yeah.
Finally just get it out.
Yeah, it does make you whatever feels good. Yeah, you're right, Dusty.
The referees for today is Matt Basham, Jared Emmerich, and Josh Blumel.
That's a good group.
It is a very good group. When you look at just who's out there, I thought, I'm very glad he did not fall down. That's exactly what I thought I was going to see there.
Yeah.
Sends it out to Valdez. There's out of bounds. He dribbled it out of bounds. It's going to go back to Herriman.
Who's that guy that you go to right now if you're Herriman to try to get things settled?
I think what I'd do is I'd try to play a two-man game with Barclay and Mulford. I think those two guys are as skilled offensively as there is around, and I'd try to get something going, especially for Barclay. He just hasn't been much of a factor yet. In fact, I don't think he's even in the game right now. Yeah.
So up top to Stone Tia. Tia going to drive his way and got it to go.
Mr. T, as we came to call him the other day.
He's going to send out for three, won't go, and the rebound taken by Stone. There we go, send it in the corner. Going to pump it, now give it to Stone, and he does get it inside, and the layup is not there for Tanner, Coach.
Yeah, good penetration, nice dish, and he was right at the rim. I think they'd be happy with that shot. I think that'd go most of the time for him.
Yeah.
So out comes Stone Tia and Nielsen.
Barclay back on here.
Oh, yeah. I'd find a way. I'd try to find a way to get him going.
Inside, goes back out to Tomczyk. Tomczyk on the drive, steps through and lays it up and in. Coach is saying that's a travel, right?
You know, it's funny. I was going to ask you guys think that's a travel? Because it hardly ever gets cold.
It doesn't look good. That did not look right.
Yeah.
So I like to refer back. I've got a saying, right? I learned it from the great George Michael. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. When it looks off, that's when we're like.
Good call, Dane.
Send out to Valdez. Does not get it to go. Tipped around and taken.
I mean, I think that got called a travel in the 5A quarterfinal yesterday.
With Dastrup?
Yep.
Yeah.
And the putback does not go either. Yeah, that's so true, though, because Dastrup was all over the place. And you think about the moves we saw. I mean, I don't know. Yesterday was very interesting, to say the least.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was quite the game, that game. Brighton did a great job. Really, really good job.
When you think about that ball game, Brighton versus Orem was absolutely crazy. The three won't go. The rebound is going to go to Corner Canyon.
See, Barclay, he's kicking his legs behind him, and he just kick him in front of him. I mean, he kick in front, and we're walking.
Got to go the other way.
Right
Then
now,
he's got
right?
three. You're right.
Yeah.
That was what goes through my head. He kicked him behind him.
Yep.
As there's an end of the quarter, and the quarter score, 20-12 in favor of Corner Canyon. You're watching the 2025 6A state tournament on KSLSports.com.
With a TabSpend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
How's your card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. TabSpend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Welcome back into the Huntsman Center. Dusty Litzner, Dane Stewart, and the coach, Stephen Ashworth, with us, right? Stephen Ashworth?
I only wish I was Stephen, Dusty.
Oh my
Stephen
God.
is way better
son.
than I am. Stephen and my son Chantry played together, but it's Rob Ross.
I knew it was Rob.
I know.
Goes down the lane, can't get it. But, Coach, what we saw in that first quarter was really, really interesting. And this second quarter here we go. Get right into Barclay,
Yep.
and it's a 6-point ball game. Is that what you try to do, just get Barclay going, or what are you trying to get done?
Yeah, I think if he gets going a little bit, then Corner's got to pay special attention to him and help off of him, their guys down on him, and then other guys get really good looks. I think he's the key for them.
Send out to Diesel Dart. The three does not go. And now a chance for Herriman.
Herriman's starting to get some stops. Corner's kind of cooling off from the floor a little bit.
And there goes Mulford. buries a three, and it's just a 3-point game.
Herriman's doing a good job of making somebody besides Valdez and Benninger beat them, and they got other really good players, but those two guys, if you can slow them down, I think they'll it's tougher for them to score.
So they send out. They now send up top to Valdez. Valdez going to drive. No, ball's tapped away from behind, and it's going to stay here on the baseline. 11 seconds to get the shot off. So the inbound in. 5 seconds. 3. The shot is back rimmed, and now a chance. Oh, there's a steal. And Valdez, a little long, but he gets his own rebound. Oh my gosh, Dane.
Crazy. Remember, this is the quote-unquote easier shooting end, and corner has cooled off as of late.
Do you have that on the replay?
I do not.
I'm
sorry. That's a second on Blanchard.
I was thinking that was going to be, I don't know if that was really easy or not. And that's on me.
That's a big foul right there, because yesterday Blanchard was a huge part of them coming back in that game. He hit several threes, and that hurts them because he can really knock it in.
He's the all-time leading three-point scorer for Herriman.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow. Over Dave Maynard, over the Maynard kid from years ago. Wow.
Look at this year.
Wow.
And you think about it, like, he wasn't a 4-year star. I think he's a 3-year.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
Yeah. Where Maynard was a 4-year guy.
His dad's in the house today. We saw him earlier. A little upset because he said hi to Casey Walkenhurst, and he just gave us a head bob. Like, come on, man.
He doesn't know the important people, Dane.
I think he was like, I don't know if I want to bug those guys.
Blanchard?
It's very true, though. Because he came up here and was like, thank you. And then he noticed, oh my gosh, it's like, yeah, there you go. Get the ball in, and there's a layup, and it's a 1-point ball game, 20-19.
It's been a heck of a fight back here for the Mustangs.
They had to just figure it out, right, Coach? They just had to get it all understood.
Yeah, they've done a great job just keeping their composure, staying in the game, and then taking high percentage shots.
And I love Tia matched up on Benninger here.
Yep.
That guy will never run out of energy, and he's going to make it physical for Noah.
Is he a sophomore?
He is.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a good player.
There's the blow by, and cannot get the layup to go. So now back up the floor and a chance to take the lead with a made bucket. Goes back door to Mulford, blocked away. How about the hands there of number 12? That was number 12 was Dylan Roberts. Quickly down the floor, and there's a steal. Heads up play there, Coach, from Stone Tia.
That was a great play. And Dylan Roberts, just saying that name, his brother just kind of gives me the shivers. That kid was as good as I've seen in a long time as far as guard play that played there a couple years ago.
Who's his brother? Do you remember his first name?
He ended up going to UVU. Is it Jackson Roberts? It might be Jackson.
They did have a Jackson Roberts, right?
No, he played on that state championship team, and he was a one-man press all by himself. Really, really good.
So here comes Stockton Blanchard to come back on the floor.
I can remember the player, but I can't remember the name.
I think I don't know if it was Jackson, but literally he was one of the best defensive players I've seen in a long time. And I think he signed at UVU out of school.
Well, here goes a timeout on the floor. This is a media timeout, so we'll take it as well. So we'll go to the media timeout, 20-19. Corner Canyon leads on Herriman.
With a tab spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Lister, Dane Stewart, and Coach Rob Ross with you. Nice drive, cannot get it. Rebound and put back up and in by Tanner. And he's got 10 points.
He's having a great game.
Great game.
It's fun to see him do really well because he does so many little things for them, and he doesn't always score much, so it's fun to see him score.
Well, they rarely ask him to score, right? Usually it's like, hey, hold the paint, rebound the basketball.
True.
But they've needed him today, and he's stepped up.
He's
in
done
big
a great
way.
job.
Send out for three, cannot get the three. And that ball sent back out. You cannot see the corner, and it's going to be Corner Canyon basketball. And the clock is showing 31 seconds to get the shot up. I don't know if I have a complete understanding of that one. Maybe I misunderstand it.
Yeah, I don't know. Did they reset it?
They do not.
Oh, nice floater, and gets it to go.
You know, we talk about the good game for Tanner. How about Tyler Mortensen, right? He has stepped up, done a nice job here early for corner.
I think that's really important for them is to have another guy.
Yes.
Yeah, because there's going to be a lot of attention on those two players.
Oh, that ball knocked away and out of bounds. It's going to stay right here. So I think they've got everything kind of worked out as they come back in. And there's a trap and try to get it in, and the timeout granted. Not exactly the greatest timeout. They're going to have a quick timeout, 30-second timeout, so we'll stay here. But Dusty Litzer and Dane Stewart, along with Coach Brown. I mean, Coach, first of all, walk us through this semifinal. How different is it, and what's the setup for tomorrow?
Well, I think, obviously, these guys, they played a couple days ago, so they've had a day of preparation versus whoever wins this game, they're going to go home, get something to eat, get their rest, and they'll have a shoot around in the morning most likely, but you don't have much time to prepare. But both these coaches are familiar with Davis and what they're about, and they know what they'll see tomorrow, but you just don't have much preparation where today they had a day to get ready for each other. And plus they're in the same region, so they know each other really well.
Coach, how have you helped prep your teams to come and play up here at the U?
You know what? Not very well, Dane, from the result of our game the other day. But what we tried to do is just try to say, guys, it's just another ball game, and it's just an opportunity, to go out and have fun and play with confidence. But it's different. Once you get up here, it's a different feeling for kids that, are not used to it. And so you just try to stress it's just another ball game.
Stilson got the three to go. How about it? Tied up at 24. Coach, got to feel good.
Yeah, that's another guy that does a lot of little things for them. He plays defense, he rebounds, he doesn't shoot a whole lot, but when he gets an opportunity to score, I bet that is a good feeling for him.
Send out for three, and man, holy cow. Noah Bendinger, and there's 12 points there for Noah.
Yeah, I think 3 of those are from 3, and the other 3 are from the line.
Yeah, it's easy to say and hard to do, but if you can just deny him everywhere and just let the other 4 guys beat you, because he is a huge part of what they're trying to do.
And a 3 on the other end. How about the answer of Zach Tanner?
Z23.
Is that 13 for him, I think?
Yeah.
Wow.
The 3 is short, and the rebound now going to be taken and on the run. Put it on the floor. They'll drive it out. Nope.
We like fun facts, right?
I love fun facts.
Zach Tanner has made more threes than Noah Bendinger with 2 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, you don't see that every day. Although, again, that kid can really shoot it.
I don't say that to be critical of Zach.
Yeah.
Right? I've seen him hit 15-footers.
Yeah.
I've not seen him hit a 3. And I'm thrilled he's hitting them. But I'm just like, Zach Tanner was not my X factor for Herriman tonight.
No, he just doesn't get enough shots typically.
Correct.
There's a steal from Bendinger off the inbound, goes right in, and then the foul is going to be given to Herriman and Stone Tia.
Let's have a look at the replay.
I'm with you, Dane.
Back.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm with you.
He maybe takes a late bounce over to the side of the lane.
Did he?
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah.
You can see it here on the
So
Oh, yeah.
here's the deal.
On replay.
Dane's 0 for 1 on replay. I'm also 0 for 2 in terms of shots to Coach Ross because, like, every question I ask you, you're like, well, Dane, I'm terrible at that. So I apologize. We'll be better.
I'll try to do better, Dane.
No,
I'll do better.
It's me. So we'll get that fixed.
If you'll ask me a question about some Western, I can probably answer that appropriately.
Coach, anything else that you're kind of self-conscious about? You want me to just like dive right into and just, I'm teasing. We're gonna set you up better.
Barclay steps through,
Oh.
left hand, and an easy layup there from Cale Barclay.
That play doesn't count if it's a game winner, but because we've seen it a couple times, right?
That's 100% true. On the drive, it's off his no. They said it went off of the knee of a Herriman defender.
So why do you say that play doesn't count if it's a game winner?
Well, I'm just saying, Chance Astrop, that's a traveling yesterday.
Yeah. You're right. He did. Yeah.
Gets around. Still, oh my heavens! They said he got him on the elbow.
And how about this? All right,
Let's see if we have it.
This is extended because I was a little late on it. But immediately after that play, Stone is frustrated. And Zach Tanner goes running over there. I can understand why they called that.
You understand why they called it?
Yeah, I think that arm is across the shooting line.
Okay.
And again, it's hard to tell from that angle, but Tia was frustrated, and I can understand that. Zach Tanner went over there and helped calm him down.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, I do too.
Love that.
Yeah, Tanner does a great job with that. If you watch him much, he's a really, really great teammate. He does bring calmness to their group.
And the free throws are good. So 31-29 is Corner Canyon. Man, they have stuck in this game, even if they did give up. There's the three. Oh, that ball was halfway down and came out. Send it back out. Mulford gives it to Stilson. Outside to Barclay. Cale sends it, but that ball is knocked away. Here comes the run with Tolman. And as tempted steal, we'll have a foul instead. And he says it was a body foul. Here's a look at it.
Call the block.
Not a chance.
Well,
You thought so?
I mean, he kind of cuts him off.
Well, it's interesting because they're letting screens. Guys are leaning into screens, and they're letting a lot of stuff go. But yeah, the last couple I think have been a little bit tough. If I'm on a Herriman side,
I mean, I think he gets all basketball. But is there contact on the bodies? He's going, I don't know.
Stilson with the steal. Hands back. And it sends back to Barclay. Cale sends over. 4-3. And there's a foul on the shot, but it's going to be rebound. Oh, it's a 15 foul, so it's going to be 2 free throws.
So this is on the floor because it's away from the shooter, right? But Tanner's setting the screen. And watch Benninger here. Yeah.
It goes right through him.
Yep.
100%.
So it's Tanner to the line here because he was the fouled player.
Right. So,
but it is a 15 foul.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I tell you what, that's the right
right call.
Yeah.
It is a 2-point free throw.
And so 2
would have been big if that 3 went down.
Like huge.
Yeah.
What a half for Tanner. He has done a great job.
I don't think he's missed a shot.
Yes. I didn't want to bring that up.
I'm knocking on wood. Tanner family, I'm knocking on wood for you. It works.
I didn't want to bring it up because I mean it's a crazy thing, Coach. When you have a guy that has a,
it's weird. It is weird how that works.
So he's going to hold it up top. 21 seconds down to 20 on the shot clock. Coach is like, hey, we're going to take this thing down and try to get the last second shot, but you also have enough timing to see what happens. So Valdez does
stepped out.
He stepped out of bounds. Good call, Dane. I didn't see it.
Boy, so you go from defending for the last possession, all of a sudden you have it offensively? Herriman can take a lead.
I'm guessing Mulford is going downhill on this one, trying to get as far into the paint as he can.
10 seconds. Down to 5. 3 seconds.
Oh.
Got that ball. The Tanner knocked away. Got it back and scores. How about that one for Tanner?
Love it. Tanner misses the first. The big man sticks with it. What a half for Z23.
Wow, I think that's 17 points for him this half.
He's a 17. Dude has been absolutely terrific. We go to the half, and it is Herriman with the lead on Corner Canyon, 33-31. An absolute blast to the 2025 6A championship.
With a Tab Spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
And welcome back into the John M. Huntsman Center. Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart, and of course, Coach Rob Ross with us. And Coach, I mean, this has been an interesting first half to see the difference between Herriman and Corner Canyon. Very interesting to see how it closed.
Yeah.
And it's a 2-point lead for Herriman.
Yeah, I think what Herriman did is I think they focused on, the primary offensive players for Corner Canyon and figured out, like, if the other guys hit shots, so be it. And they got themselves back into the game by taking high percentage shots on the other end as well.
And it's just been such an interesting night. Is Mulford going to bring it up, hand it off to Stilson. But Dane, it's just been so crazy to see both these teams and how they fit into the first half. And you have a 2-point game here for Herriman as that ball is turned over as the layup is good. And we're tied up at 33.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what adjustments Corner Canyon makes. We talked about the impressive half from Zach Tanner, and could they sustain that? And I love trying to get your studs going like a Barclay, a Mulford, a Blanchard even.
No basket. The foul's on the floor.
I mean, how about this? Barclay and Mulford and Blanchard, the three of them combined for 7 points in that first half. And Herriman led.
Yeah, I know that's not a great sign for Corner, I don't think.
For 3 is good from Valdez.
Well, it is if they continue to defend them well, right?
If they can hold them. I just think those guys are so skilled offensively. I think they're going to get loose.
Here comes Mulford inside, cannot finish. The rebound and now run here with Corner Canyon. On the drive, going to fall away, cannot get that to go. The rebound and putback is there, and that's a 3-point Corner Canyon lead.
That Roberts kid does a lot of really good things outside of scoring for Corner. He rebounds, he dives for loose balls, he'll take a charge, he does a lot of extra things. And it looks like they've got him on 23 as well, so.
An inbound to Barclay. Going up there big, he gives it up to Stilson. Stepped
What is
out of
with that
bounds.
far boundary? We've had a couple of those today.
Yeah, it's been a few of them.
Is that where he grabbed the ball?
Just handed it off to him over there
Okay.
on that sideline.
I totally maybe missed it. That's why I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
But so bring it back up the floor with Corner Canyon as Valdez sends that ball to the high post and does not get it to go. And the rebound taken by Mulford. He gets it quickly ahead to Stilson. And now he goes on the drive and sends it out to Tanner. Does send it in, send it back out to Tanner. That's short. We could tell
Did he tip that? Yeah.
Yeah, he did tip it. That's a good catch, Coach.
Well, the way Tanner's been shooting, he doesn't miss that far today.
Although Tanner didn't have a big reaction like it was tipped, so I was kind of surprised. But
And that was kind of the thing to me too, right?
Usually players are like, hey, that was tipped.
Yeah, it's true. Wow, those two in the post are getting after each other.
So now Stilson hands back to Blanchard, and he does get that off before the shot clock went off. That's on me. So now on the run with Corner Canyon. So, Dane, you got to figure out where you're going to go for Corner Canyon.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, I feel like Valdez and Benninger feel very comfortable in this game. And I love that they're mixing it around, but it feels like whenever they want to bucket, those two are just in really good rhythm here.
You agree with that, Coach?
I do. Dan does a great job getting the guys that create everything for other people going, and those two guys are the key.
So here goes Barclay. Pirouetted in the lane. Now falling away, cannot get that one to go.
Boy, I thought he had that initial lane. I thought he could have gone and finished that.
Step through. Yep.
And cannot get that one to go. And that was one of those things when he turned, I was like, just go. Like, you can just
like,
it.
Don't stop.
Blanchard is fouled on the drive.
Oh, I thought he was out of bounds.
Yeah, he was over on that sideline. Yeah.
That's a really.
We do have a good angle after all.
Yeah, right.
When you said that, I was like, yep. So 4:42 left in the third quarter. We got a media timeout. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back into the Huntsman Center. There's Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart, and Coach Rob Ross on the call for you. We're going to hold things out. Now, there's a total post-up as on the move goes Mulford, and there is a foul call. And that'll be the second team foul on Corner Canyon. And Coach, you got to feel pretty good if you're Herriman and have this game just a 5-point ball game, but and you have 2 fouls on Corner Canyon.
Yeah, they've had a really slow start, and they're still absolutely right in this game. Couple shots and they're back in the lead.
And there's a third team foul.
And the third on Noah.
That's a big deal.
In fact, Noah continues to look over at Coach Lund and be like, I'm good, leave me.
It'd be nice for Herriman to try to find a way to go after him.
Well, there's Stockton Blanchard.
First bucket there for Stockton today.
Yeah, if he can get going a bit, that will really help them. He turned that. I think he was a huge part in turning that game around yesterday or 2 days ago against Lehigh.
Because he did not have a great first half in that one either.
No.
So Valdez does get that one over. Now to the corner. The 3 off the mark, and now the rebound. And a 3-point ball game.
I think Corner's done a great job disrupting the initiation of Herriman's offense. Everything pressure up high. Oh, nice.
Oh, man, that's easy. And the layup there for Stone Tia.
And yet it's just a 1-point game.
That's what I'm saying.
If I didn't have a scoreboard, I wouldn't believe that.
No, I agree.
Well, especially because it's how the game started, right?
Yeah.
And you kind of get molded into that. He hands that one off. Tolman. Oh, that's a travel.
Oh, that was.
Got away with it, and then they still get to keep the basketball. It's like, hey, let's just calm down.
I think the other thing for me is it looks easier for Corner right now than it does for Herriman. Herriman's having to work a lot.
It's true.
Gonna float it, cannot get the score, and the rebound pulled down by Herriman. So chance to take the lead with a made bucket.
I think it would really open things up for Herriman if they could get a couple plays for Blanchard and get him a couple good looks. Because if he hits a couple, then all of a sudden your defense is extended, and I think the middle opens up a bit.
But, here's the other thing. I mean, Herriman really hasn't taken a lot of threes.
No.
Zach Tanner, is he the only one who's taken a 3 today for Herriman? I don't remember Blanchard taking a 3.
I think Mulford has taken a couple.
Mulford, I think he's taken 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And that little jumper won't go. Rebound, put back up, no. And now he's going to have the foul call. And you're going to keep the basketball as well, as that is going to be the 15th foul. It is.
And Blanchard did take 1, too. I forgot. Blanchard did try 1. He missed it, I think, at the end of the half.
Yeah, I think you're right. He is making a huge difference for them.
I love that kid.
He brings energy. He brings, intensity. Offensive rebounds are a huge deal.
And his name is Stone. I mean, he plays like that. He's like a rock.
And he's only a sophomore. Wait till he's a senior.
I know.
He may be even more of a rock by then.
Is that first free throw off the mark?
We got a question.
Oh, go ahead.
And then we'll see how it fits. We asked this question of a popular coach. Okay.
Coach Bromley?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. What is the toughest gym in the state of Utah you've had to play in? Player coach.
Okay, I would say Davis is right up there.
Okay.
I think Westlake on a Friday night is pretty tough for us as well.
Okay. You can also think historically.
Okay.
It doesn't
So,
have to be current.
all right, I'm going right back in the day. I'm way older than you guys. I'm going back to Provo High with their
There
Green
it
Beret.
is.
Who is that?
The
Quincy
Green
Lewis.
Beret.
Oh, the Green Beret were scary dudes. Don't mess with those guys. In fact, I've seen a couple of those Green Berets. Not quite the story. One of those Green Berets punched my good friend Steve Andrews, who I coach with now, after one of their games out in the parking lot. That was a tough group of kids. We still get the shivers when we drive by Provo High.
We asked that of Quincy Lewis, and he had to say, and he brought up the Green Beret and
Did he?
everything.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's great.
Talk about a guy with a memory. You can ask Quincy any mascot in the state of Utah, any mascot. It can be Altamont. It doesn't matter, and he will know who they are.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Anyone.
we may give that a try. I got
Yeah,
one.
He'll be
I got
next
one.
game.
Yeah,
Gonna
we'll
come up.
see.
Yeah. He literally try him on that. I'm betting you he'll know.
No pressure,
I'm
Quincy.
just saying he's got to sit right there until he gets here.
Is he coming next game?
He is.
Oh boy.
He's up at 7:20. On the drive, send out. The three is short, and the rebound to Tanner.
Why would you get Quince? What does he know about basketball?
It's funny because I said something to Dane. I was like, "Hey, I got Quincy Lewis. What games do we have today?" And he calls me. He's like, "Hey, they're all taken." And I was like, "Wait, hold on. There's got to be at least one."
For the best coach ever to coach in Utah.
Turnover. Here comes Valdez, and his layup is good, and it is a 42-39 lead for Corner Canyon. And you can see it, Dane, where it's going to be coming and how it's going to happen.
Yeah. Everything is tough right now for Herriman. And credit Corners D. I mean, it's physical. It's intense.
It's true. They're keeping Mulford out of the lane pretty well, and they're keeping Barclay away from where he wants to go.
Did not
Gets
send
caught
that
in
off
the air.
anybody. Yep.
Gets caught in the air. And here's the thing. Who was the lifeline in the first half? Zach Tanner.
Yeah.
Hasn't had a
I don't
He
think
hasn't. Maybe one, but not really.
It was blocked.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
But that's the only shot.
You're right.
Yeah, then he hit the free throws. Yeah.
No, he had 17 and a half.
Oh, my bad. So up top with everyone there. Drop that ball in and send it out to Tolman. Going to work it around to Valdez. Crosses over, goes down the lane, sends it out to Diesel Dart, and he nails it. Diesel Dart with the three, and that's a good one.
That's a big shot for them.
Blanchard gives that one up. That ball tipped away, and here come the Chargers as Brighton Valdez cannot get it, and that ball rebounded, now on the run. And he's going to step into the three, cannot get it. The rebound tipped around into the hands of Barclay, and one. How about that for Kel Barclay?
That was a big basket for them. The momentum had turned towards corner, and that is a big basket as the quarter winds down.
That's a great job scrapping for it, keeping it alive. Nice finish for Kale.
14.4 seconds left in the third quarter.
Back in for Herriman, number 45, Stone T.
And he's got to make sure they got everything set up.
Benninger just came back on for corner. So does Stone Tia.
They better find Bettinger.
Yep.
These last 14 seconds.
This feels like Benninger creating a shot, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And that's
Is that his four?
4 on Noah Benninger.
He totally set it up. From the very beginning of that whole thing, he totally set it up.
And I don't have it because I was updating other
I
stuff.
watched it. He totally set it up, and I was going to come off the floor.
Wow. What a play.
What a play.
Who was did you guys see who took that charge?
45. Don't see it.
Did he?
He 100%. I watched him come up the floor.
How
Wow.
about this? There's only Stone came on just for that play.
Oh, my gosh. And that ball sent back in into the hands of 30, and he got it and one. How about that one for Ty Mortensen? He's got 11 points on the evening, including this one.
Boy, just a tough inbound play. And now you're behind.
Great job of corner just being up and pressuring the ball, and he threw it one way and Mulford went the other. That was a great job by corner.
Unreal.
Talk about a swing, huh?
Yeah.
The whole game, right? Because they had the turnover on the foul, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
As here comes Mulford. 7 seconds, 6, 5 seconds. Barclay. 4-3. Oh, man. Oh, we're going to head into the fourth quarter with a ton of Barclay as we get ready.
Well, he's got 5 points in about the final minute of the third. He's in double figures. No foul there.
What a last 14 seconds. Well, that was crazy.
Absolutely unreal. We go into the fourth quarter, 48-45, Corner Canyon with a lead.
With a Tab Spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
So welcome back in, Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart, and Coach Rob Ross. Coach, how about the three from Barclay?
Wow, a great shot for him, and what a crazy final 14 seconds of that third quarter. Several momentum changes there, and a huge one was Bettinger getting his fourth foul.
And he'll be on the bench to start this fourth quarter.
And he's going to be there for a while, right?
Well, I mean, Coach, when do you bring him in?
You know, if it was me, I would bring him in pretty soon. If he fouls out, he fouls out. But rather than just sit him and not have him on the floor, I think I'd take my chances. Let him go play.
You mean like 6 minute mark or?
Yeah, I'd
sooner?
probably bring him at 6 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
So Mulford goes back door to Kale, and he lays it up and in, and it's a one possession ball game, 48-47.
We were talking moments ago, and it was like, Kale,
Yeah.
like just not there yet. And man, the last 2 minutes,
He's
there.
Yep.
That's a big deal for Herriman because if he gets going, he is hard to stop.
It's up top with Valdez as he backs things out.
Good Herriman student section here today.
It is. It's a big student section. They send that ball out for three. Mortensen can't get it. Rebound to Barclay.
And Herriman's doing a much better job on the glass here as of late, too.
Mulford terminates. Now sends out to Barclay. You got to come back to him.
Tough spot to pick up your dribble.
Yeah, there's not a lot of off-ball movement on that series.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hey, let's ask you this. Let's see if we can get a question that would be good. Favorite place to eat
In the state?
No. I got a better one.
Yeah.
We had this discussion a while ago.
Okay.
What city is Lone Peak High School in?
It's in Highland.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Well, I think I am. I'm pretty sure.
That's the point.
That's where we have all our gear sent to is Highland,
We've
Utah.
talked about Alpine. We've talked about Highlands.
It's Highland.
It's Highland.
It's Highland. And
Okay.
Cedar Valley is or Cedar Hills is right across the street.
Right.
Yeah.
Literally across the street.
Across the street.
Literally.
Okay, so the west end is Highland.
Yeah.
East end is Cedar Hills.
Yeah. So if you go to McDonald's, you're in Cedar Hills.
All right.
Yeah.
Across the street is Cedar Hill.
Across the street is Cedar Hills.
Literally.
So I literally cross city boundaries all the time
Do
when I
you?
go to Highland.
Do you live in Cedar?
No, but
Oh.
I go to the little gas station.
Oh, right there.
So
Hearts. Yeah.
I shop in Cedar Hills.
I'm
but
sure
I
they
work
appreciate it.
in Highland.
So inbound to Barclay. They're going to get all set up. Is Barclay going to pull for three and hit? No, he did not. My bad.
Oh, it looked like it.
It did. Oh, that was crazy because I thought he had it, and there was an air ball. Send that ball in the corner, and he tried to give it right back. Stolen away by Stilson. Well, the foul first. It'll be the first team foul of the quarter.
Number 12.
Lillenquist? Nope. Roberts.
First in the fourth quarter.
Herriman's done a great job getting themselves back in this game. It was starting to slide on them a little bit.
Yep.
They've executed really well.
Well, now they got something ahead of them. They got, 6:45 and counting, and a 1-point ball game. Up top of Tanner, outside to Mulford, drop it into Barclay. Nice move, right to the rim. He lays it up and in. And how about this? 49-48. Herriman with the lead.
This is when you need your studs, and Kale is showing up late.
Yeah, he is. I think I'd bring Bettinger back pretty soon.
You might need him.
Yep, I think they do need that punch out there, that offensive punch.
Here's the thing. He's probably going to get 6 fouls. Right? No, like
You
there's
don't
going to
think
be.
they'll foul him out?
I think there will be latitude initially.
Yeah.
There's a 3 is off the mark by Diesel Dart. And how about the
You got to go after that
2
ball.
seconds, 1 second. And he did not put it up. Did not hit the rim, and the shot clock expires.
Wow.
We all got sucked into that. Totally just thought he'd hit the rim.
I
Yeah.
was just surprised that corner got that ball back, but
That Roberts kid makes a lot of hustle plays. Runs in the family.
Oh, how about that? 51-48 timeout, Corner Canyon. Oh, this is amazing.
boy, Corner Canyon's got some trouble right now. Cale Barkley, be it outside, inside, he has turned it on for Herriman as the Mustangs with a lead here in the fourth.
Full timeout, 5:39 left in the fourth quarter, and it's a 3-point Herriman lead.
With a Tab Spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Welcome back into the Huntsman Center. Dusty Lidster, Dane Stewart, and Coach Rob Ross with you as Rob and I continue to find all the things that pull us together. I said that, Doug Henstrom says hello and all that kind of stuff.
I was just telling you, Dusty, what a great family the Henstrom family is. And if you're a BYU football fan, I'm sure you remember Doug Henstrom. He was a heck of an athlete.
Dude was awesome. You're the first person to say it that wasn't Doug. So.
Or his mother.
Is going to pull up and hit. How about Valdez makes it a 1-point ball game?
This is when they need him.
Yeah.
I mean, with Noah on the bench, they need him. Actually, Noah,
I think they're
Ready to go.
Oh, they didn't bring him back.
he's at the table now.
Oh, yeah.
I think they had to tell him, like, hey, we need you, but we just got to get you ready. Mulford on the drives, tried to send it out, and he turns it over.
Yeah. Tough pass.
On the run with Valdez and Brighton. They're going to have a foul up
Oh,
top.
offensive foul.
Oh,
I don't know if I have this one. Should we roll the dice?
yeah, let's roll the dice and see. Gosh.
Ooh, I don't know.
Gosh.
If I was Dan, I don't know how happy I'd be about that call.
What?
Is Dan ever happy with a call, Will? Outside to be critical of Dan, he's just a very intense coach, right?
I love Dan. He is an extremely intense coach.
He's an interesting guy to get to know. And when you do, the dude's hilarious. He is so funny.
He is such a good person. Such a good person.
The funny thing is he still lives down in Payson and coaches in Corner Canyon, which I'll never understand. There's a drive, and now the foul going to be charged here. Going to put Barclay at the line with 2 free throws.
Oh, and this is going to go on Mo. You got to protect your teammate here a little bit.
Oh, they just called him on
out.
Bettinger?
They did call it on. There
No,
it
they
is.
called it on Mo. Mo's done.
Oh, yeah.
He was kind of sliding down, and I thought it looked like Roberts was coming over. Back in my day, you always shot an arm up like that's on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've lost that a little bit.
Yeah. That is a huge call right there because I don't know that corner has a guy to contest Barclay going forward. They're bringing in a freshman, I think.
And especially
he's very good.
Especially with Barclay's ability to get to the rim these last couple of minutes now, right?
Yeah. I think is that number 2?
It's Tolman.
It is
Yeah.
Coleman.
He's good. He's just, he's young.
And the first free throw good here for Barclay. He's got another. As you can start feeling it if you're Corner Canyon. 4:37 left in the fourth quarter, and you got to start feeling it if you're a Charger.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta get some get up.
This is awesome. This is exactly what I expected from these two teams.
Well,
Tanner
gonna go for it, and
now is that really possession?
He had it with his ankle.
yeah, he's like, look, I got both my legs on it. So they go jump ball, and it is Corner Canyon basketball.
Hey, if you're Herriman, that's a great way to burn the arrow, right?
Oh my heavens!
True. That's a fortunate call.
So 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in this one. As Valdez will hand back. Gonna pull, and it won't go. Rebound.
It's a tough shot.
Yeah, that's a really tough one there from Owen Willis. My bad, is Dylan Roberts. It's off the screen. Here comes Barclay. And gets a foul call.
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know if we have the replay on that one, but I think that might be a tough call as well. Yeah.
There's a swipe.
Did he swipe down?
I thought 12 swiped on the near side as he was going up.
I didn't hear who they put it on, because if he said 12, I would feel a little differently, but Kill knocks down number one.
I had Kill with, I think, 2 at half. He's got 18.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And again, most of those like late third and in this fourth.
Yeah, it looks like he's touching the ball every time down the floor, which is really smart.
They've let him run loose.
Yep.
Get it, Mustang?
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Sorry, I was kind of counting down who's who. But here comes this side is Valdez is short on the jumper. That ball tipped out right in the hands of Brighton Valdez. He sends out for three, back rimmed, and now the rebound taken by Blanchard.
And what felt so easy through three, all of a sudden, like corner.
Everything's tougher for him.
Hard.
Yeah.
Come off the screen. Blanchard goes back up. No. Rebound taken by Corner Canyon. He's got to hurry as here comes Corner Canyon. Quickly to the rim. Blocked away. Oh, how about the block by Stilson?
Z23
on the drive, and now the foul going to be called on Tanner. But, man, could not get that ball to rim.
I don't have the first block. You have the foul. And he's going for two and certainly into the body there.
Certainly.
Zach Attack is back, Jack.
What a game for him. He's done a great job tonight.
He really has, hasn't he?
Yeah, in so many ways.
Been an absolute stud on the offensive end. He's been really good on the defensive side. Speaking of Zach Tanner, as the second free throw is good as well. 54-52. Herriman with the lead. And I'm
Great game.
Yeah, you go.
Great game.
Go watch the first quarter, and you don't think this is actually real.
Exactly.
As Stilson goes cross court to Mulford. Oh man, he wanted to pull that really bad.
But he can create that.
And there's a turnover.
That play right there is kind of reminiscent of last year's semifinal game against Lehigh. It was later in the game, but it was that same baseline where he kind of got bumped and the turnover down there.
That's true, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a big play, big call.
Send it up top to Mulford. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. They're going to pull on the three, and he hits.
Wow.
How about the three from Carlo Mulford? Only had 5 points before that one.
You know, it's fun to see that. You know that Mulford family has spent literally thousands of hours working on their game, and so it's fun to see a kid that's worked that hard be successful in this situation.
Wow. Just a junior, but what a shot. Coach, let me ask you this question. Who do you enjoy coaching against the most?
I would say probably Reed Bromley, because we've been coaching against each other since our kids were in the 3rd grade. And he is an intense competitor, and many games where we've left not friends, but we are really good friends at the end of the day. And so I love to see Reed. I love to compete against Reed. And it's just, I think because of the friendship, just goes back so long.
He did a great job first year at Lehigh.
Great job. Really, really good
You
job.
think about all the talent they had to replace.
Yeah. I have a story about Reed. My son played several years ago, and somebody asked him one time, they said, who do you feel like has taught you the most? And he said, obviously, Coach Lewis has been a huge factor in my life. He goes, but my sophomore year with Coach Bromley, I probably learned as much as I'd ever learned playing basketball. So quite a compliment to Coach Bromley.
That's amazing.
How's Chantry doing? What's he up to?
He's doing good. Yeah, he's just working and still not married and sitting over there probably cursing what's going on the floor. But he still loves basketball.
So 57-52, ball in the hands of the Chargers. Going to get a little loose and got it to go. And now a timeout.
Chantry was on one of those great Lone Peak teams, not the national championship team, but that team, Stephen Ashworth, Chantry, that went to the
Geico Nationals
the tournament, had the opportunity, and that I still hate that timeout.
Had the basketball with 17 seconds to go, tied score against Montverde, who hadn't lost all year, and the assistant coaches for Lone Peak blew that game because we didn't know there wasn't any timeouts left. We called an extra timeout, so that one's on me.
Well, that was an unreal representation. I still remember social media after that game and all the compliments of Chantry and Steven and that whole team. That was just
a fun game.
Such a fun team.
Yeah.
Awesome. What's been your favorite game you've ever coached?
We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that one. So Herriman has the basketball up 3 with 2.5 left. And he just got that into Barclay. Is Barclay going to bring this ball up the floor? And he did. He traveled. Absolutely.
Wow.
Dude freaking drugged his foot, everything.
Wow.
There's no way he didn't travel. Breaks my heart. So back down the floor with the Corner Canyon Chargers, and they have enough, man. They've got someone. They have someone with the basketball right now that could totally get a 3-point play. Cannot get that one to go. Stepped out of bounds. Missed opportunity there for Corner Canyon. As Diesel Dart comes on, that's actually a really good decision.
So Corner's in the penalty with their next foul, so
Correct.
Herriman can take care of it. That's a big deal.
Got to see what Coach kind of puts in here. Was Corner Canyon going to try to pick up their defense as well? Both are going to try to hold this ball out. So now goes to the swing there of Cale Barclay. Barclay goes back in, steps out, and misses the 3, but he was fouled on the shot.
I think there's contact there. We'll have a look at it here. I'll have a look at this closeout.
Got him.
It's on the arm.
Shooting 3 shots for 24.
That's a killer. That is a hard foul.
So the line goes Barclay for 3 free throws, and he misses the first. Well, there's 1-0.
Benninger going to check back in here for Corner after this second one.
What great work there by Trevor Allen.
Look at that.
I mean, that is steady as it comes. The first free throw is good. So Benninger comes back on, is going to the bench is number 2, Josh Tolman. Josh Tolman.
So Corner still has 3 timeouts. Only 1 team foul for Herriman.
The second is good as well. So got 2 of 3 on that 3-point free throw. So back down the floor
Wow.
And the ball's still loose. Picked up by Herriman. And they got to run around.
You take time off here, right, Coach?
Yeah, that was a smart play by Blanchard. He could have shot that layup, but it would have been, I think, a difficult one because he was a little off balance and under the hoop, and he's going to run clock, and I'm guessing they'll shoot free throws.
And I love it. I mentioned the one-team foul because if you're Herriman, you can do just that.
Send to the corner, and how about that one?
Wow.
Barclay knocks down the three, and it's an 8-point Herriman lead.
24 now for Cale Barclay. How about this three from Cale? Wide open, and the guy who has been so strong in this fourth quarter hitting the shot to put Herriman up by 8.
Coach Meacham has to be dying. I think there was 17 seconds left on the shot clock, and as good as he's been, I'm guessing you want to run clock a little, but when it goes in, it's all perfect. It works.
Oh, man.
And I want to go back to that because they come up and they bring pressure on Bendinger. You have nothing to lose if you're Herriman. You only have one team foul.
Right.
So you can be super aggressive, and maybe you get a charge call and he's out.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I love that they said, all right. And again, I think officials going to have a little latitude there. It's got to be pretty obvious. So you get a steal and you get an extra possession. Like, I love the way that they played that last defensive possession.
That was really smart of Coach. You're right.
All right, now, favorite game you've ever coached in? Okay,
I would say probably the favorite game I've ever coached in was, I can't remember what year it was. It was against Skyridge in the quarterfinals. They had Snotty, Duncan Reed, and they had one more kid that was an all-state player.
There was one here.
Yeah, and I think they were the number 1 seed that year. And in my opinion, they had the best talent. And it was a close game, and we ended up winning by 2 points. And so that's a real memorable one because I think we were an underdog in that one. So
we're going to come back to that one, too, by the way.
Send it out. The three on the way. He's fouled. Absolutely. So you're going to put him at the free throw line, Noah Bendinger.
Let's go back to that one real quick because you guys won because you knew the rule book. Skyridge hit a shot with like 4.8 left. You guys just didn't inbound it.
Yeah, we didn't have
a
to.
Timeout,
we could just hold it. Yeah. Good memory, Dane.
Well, I was going to bring that up.
I don't remember a lot, but
I love that game.
That was a fun game. Yeah.
I was actually going to ask, one of the new rule changes this year is no closely guarded on the dribble. No 5-second call.
Right.
You like that?
Yeah, I do like that because it puts pressure on the ball handler. It gives you a chance to be aggressive. I like it. I think it makes the game more exciting, actually.
Because I think, like, as Herriman has had these last couple possessions, I've been thinking of that, right?
Yeah, I agree. But there is still the 5-second call once you pick it up and you're closely guarded. Yeah,
correct.
Yeah.
So Bendinger goes 1 of 2 on the first 2 free throws. And the last is no good. Oh, my heavens. So now you got to fight through this.
How quickly do you foul, Coach?
I think you got to do it soon, right away. I don't think you can play this out. Try to get it out of his hand. Well, actually, yeah.
You foul him,
foul right there. I agree.
So Stilson sends it inside.
Yeah, they're taking a lot of clock. I mean, they're using a lot of clock.
Well, the question is, hey, there's 16 seconds. 34 seconds is the game clock. You got to decide what you want right here.
Well, and they've got 5 team fouls, so it doesn't matter.
That's my thing. It's like you got to give it up because it's the only way you're going to get free throws.
I think you have to. I mean, you're 3 possessions, right? You need 3 possessions to win the game, so I think you got to do it quick.
That lob in does go. How about the put in there from Barclay?
26.
And the free throws are not going to be granted there. So the foul going to be called before the shot went up.
Let's have a look at that last inbound. I love what they do here. Just a real quick Barclay out of the air. That's why you play tip-in when you're young, folks. You need that upper body strength out of the air, right?
For 500, yep. Either one. He's been so good. He has been so good the second half.
After being so quiet for so long.
Yeah. I think it really hurt corner when Brown went out.
Oh, he lost the basketball. Diesel Dart was going right to the rim, and he lost the ball on his way up.
Well, and even before that, when Bendinger picks up his 4th, and he's got to sit, and then Brown picks up his 4th, or his 5th. Yeah. Wow.
Oh, my heavens.
They got him.
How about this for Herriman? an absolute stunner because it all went down with Orem yesterday. Immediately, every one of us said, they got it. This is something for Corner Canyon, and this is going to be easy for them. And that is the ball game as Herriman takes this one 64-55.
What a fun game. Two really good teams, two really great coaches. Such a fun game. Both those teams did a great job.
Great job. I'm shocked. I'm shocked at a lot of stuff. One, the first half from Zach Tanner was absolutely critical for Herriman to hang in this game.
MVP of the game, honestly, because they may not have been in this game without him.
They aren't in this game without him. It was a blow game for Blanchard and for Mulford in terms of scoring. They did not get a lot of looks.
Yep.
Corner did a great job on them. Tanner kept them in it.
He did.
And Barkley showed up when they needed him to. And you think about all that pressure on Herriman.
Yeah.
And they came through.
They
needed it.
You know what's interesting is their styles are a little. They're playing Davis tomorrow. Two different styles, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see which wins out.
Man, it's going to be so interesting.
So good.
An absolute blast. Coach, be an absolute blast. Thank you so much for just hanging around with us today.
Dane and Dusty, it's so great to see you again. It's so great to have you back. Thank you both for all you do for high school sports. Really, really grateful for you guys. So thank you.
Thank you, Coach. We sure appreciate it.
Absolutely. So I can't even get it out. So go ahead and send us out.
Herriman advancing to the 6A state championship game and taking on the Davis Darts. Will be tomorrow, Thursday, right here at the Huntsman Center. If you can't be here, join us on the stream. We'll have it for you. Congratulations. Great year for Corner. Herriman advancing here in the semifinal.